In the early 1600s, long before there were airplanes, telephones, or computers, an English doctor was performing some curious experiments. With snakes, fish, and later humans, the doctor would tie their veins and arteries in various places, sometimes very tightly, other times less so. And he would closely observe the effects on the flow of blood to and from the heart. What William Harvey had discovered is that the heart is a pump which circulates the blood throughout the body. This was a major step forward for the science and practice of medicine, but it also had a larger meaning, the implications of which Harvey and his contemporaries could scarcely imagine. Both Turing and Descartes view conversational ability as a crucial indication of intelligence. Descartes saw this as forever beyond the ability of machines. Turing had a very different view, and indeed, he expected machines to meet this challenge by the end of the 20th century. Why did they give such different answers to the question, can machines think? One reason is they were actually asking different questions, because the very notion of a machine had changed. It was Alan Turing himself who created a new kind of machine, a digital computing system that came to be known as the Turing machine, and became a general model for computation. As Turing said, this special property of digital computers, that they can mimic any discrete state machine, is described by saying that they are universal machines. He went on, it is unnecessary to design various new machines to do various computing processes. They can all be done with one digital computer, suitably programmed for each case. Remember what Descartes said. While machines have need of some special adaptation for every particular action, human intelligence is a universal instrument which can serve for all contingencies. What Turing showed is that there could be a machine that is just such a universal instrument. The Turing machine can perform any process that can be performed by any mechanical system. The big tech companies are basically running the world. The early days of the internet were fueled in large part by hippies and hackers growing out of the counterculture of the 1960s. They were dreaming of a future where technology would liberate people by making knowledge freely available and supporting ordinary people as they learned to collaborate in new ways. In many ways, those dreams have been realized. Because of big tech, people across the globe actually do have access to virtually all the world's information, and nearly half the entire world's population is now connected on social media. At the same time, something seems to be very wrong. More and more people are pointing to big problems with today's technology. For example, Jaron Lanier argues that big tech has far too much power in society and that it is contributing to a growing inequality. Many critics are concerned that big tech companies are violating our privacy by collecting and selling our data, and some, like Shoshana Zuboff, even argue that we are at risk of losing our basic freedom and dignity as human beings. Those idealistic mission statements of the big tech companies are not crazy. The technologies are incredible, and they do benefit billions of people every day. But we can't ignore critics like Zuboff and Lanier who argue that because of the problems with big tech, we're in danger of losing our way. So the question is, can we solve the problems with big tech? And here's the incredible thing. Jaron Lanier suggests that we've always had the solution in our grasp, that the roadmap for a human-centered, sustainable tech future was laid out over half a century ago by visionaries like Ted Nelson. We just have to get back on that path. And as we'll see, it could be that this is already happening.